I guess what attracts me to Hamlet the most is the idea that a guy, a really normal, decent human being, has to learn how to kill. So he has to find it in himself to overcome his own moral code and commit a horrific act for the sake of love. So it's got a really kind of exciting theme. It's also a bit of a thriller. I like the thriller element. There's this revenge tragedy, and, will Hamlet kill the king? They both want to kill each other, so will Hamlet kill the king before the king kills Hamlet? I like that excitement of who's going to get the upper hand, what's going to happen next. It's the essence of the story, the consequences of moral corruption is timeless. And nothing is gained by setting it 400 years ago. Hamlet, what's so good about the play, and I think the reason it's so popular and maybe so famous, is that Hamlet has a lot of the same concerns that we have nowadays about, how do we get a better world? We're also dealing with corruption and stuff in Canada right now, more than, it's a particularly intense time politically with some of the things going on. And so it's very resonant to now. So we wanted it to be felt as here now and immediate as it is. It would have been an anomaly to set it in another date, I think. What impressed me so much about him is he's a young guy, and he has the emotional sensitivity, he has the brain power, like he's very, very bright, and he's got the kind of emotional range as well. So he's a good balance of thinker and feeler, and he's also technically brilliant in terms of things that we worry about, like diction and projection and all the things that are really important in an outdoor theater. I really thought he was the complete and total package. And also he's a pretty gorgeous man, if I do say so. Now Eric's going to be impossible in rehearsal if he ever sees this tape. But no, he's very, as so much of this cast is incredibly, probably one of the most attractive casts I've ever worked with. The other day we were laughing because they were all, I positioned them all on the floor in where they would die in the show, right? So I had them all sort of lying around, and they were listening to me, and they were just sort of lying on the ground, and it looked like a big centerfold. And everybody's, so it's a beautiful cast. And Eric, he has also, a very pure, and, he's great to watch, and he has that youthful vigor and energy. So there's a sex appeal there. When you're in an outdoor theater, you can't rely on lights and things to set the mood for the theater, or for the evening. The mood can only really be set by costumes, acting, and sound. And because it's in modern dress, it's not as elaborate a statement. They look like you and I, the actors. And so you're left with actors creating, using sound, either spoken voice or singing voice, to create an ambiance. And music is one of those universal things. I think it relates to Hamlet because Hamlet has such a universal theme, and music is universally understood through the world, that we can feel something very quickly through music. So in terms of setting up the tone of the show, I can't go lights to black and make it all scary for when the ghost comes in. So I have to use sound to do that. And because it's live and all, it's very exciting to me to use live sound in this particular case as opposed to recorded. For me, as a director, as for most directors, the thing that's foremost on your mind is the audience. And, the audience is very present in our rehearsal room, in that we're always thinking and talking about, we're finding the moment, but we're also talking about how will we communicate this to this audience. And also, so the audience, even before we see them, they live very much in our process, in our imaginations, and we're really looking forward to doing this show for them. So I just hope people love it. It's a really great play, and we love doing it for an audience, and can't wait to have one.
Oh.